Oh, thank you for watching this video. In this video, I'm going to focus on how to enter opening balances after setting up the chart of accounts. So when you create a company file, uh, it automatically create chart of accounts for you. So how to enter opening balance once you have a chart of accounts. Okay, so that's the focus of this video. Okay, so this is our website. So for this video, I'm going to use test drive file. Okay, so go to test drive. We have in here test drive, right? You just click it there. It will take you to the same place right here, this one. And if you have other uh, questions or if you need help on any other topics, QBO topic, you can just click it there. It will give you all kinds of tips. Okay, this is for the test drive, and so I'm going to use QuickBooks USA. And if you are from other countries, we have one for Canada, one for UK, and one for Australia, and one for India and Singapore. So we have 6 demo files linked to QuickBooks Online. So I'm going to use this QuickBooks Online, and if you need to sign up for 30-day trial, we also have a banner in here. This is for USA, one for Canada, and one for UK. So if you just click it here, it will take you to QuickBooks website right here, and they have 3 plans. Simple Start, Essentials, Plus Plan. As you can see here, Plus Plan is $40 a month, and you can sign up for a free trial. Or if you just want to go ahead and sign up and get some discount, you can just click it here, 50% QuickBooks. See, as you can see here, see $24 a month for 6 months. That's 40% off. That's quite a saving, right? So you can just check it out. All right, so I'm going to click this USA link, and you have to enter security verification numbers. So this is like 175758. These numbers, they change every time you try to use it. Okay, here we go. There's the QuickBooks test drive. You can learn a lot from this site. You don't need to mess up your own file. You can just come here and just kick around. Okay, so the first, I want to explain about the uh, chart of accounts. Where is chart of accounts now? So if you are new, so upper right corner, chart of accounts is right here, right? And this is left navigation bar, transactions, chart of accounts on the left. It takes you to the same place, right? So this is chart of accounts. So when you create a company file, and they will automatically create standard chart of accounts for you, right? Okay. So now the question is, if you want to connect bank account to QuickBooks, this is where you come in, connect account. So when you connect account, they will download transactions for up to like 90 days, and it'll also it'll set up opening balance when they download 90 days transactions. So you don't need to do anything with the opening balance. They will automatically create opening balance for you, right? And let's say you want to download more than 90 days, then you will have to do use Excel spreadsheet, then you have to import it. So you come here, transactions, banking, and file upload. This is Excel file. So if then it will tell you what you need. It will give you information, and this has to be like this. All these QBO, QFX file. If you can get it from your bank, uh, you know, then you can download data from your bank. Basically, download from your bank and save it in your computer and then upload back in here. And that one file upload, it won't give you the opening balance. It's basically spent and received, this type of uh, you know transactions. So you don't have the opening balance, but when you do the connect bank, it will give you opening balance, so you don't need to do anything. So let's say you created chart of accounts in here. Let's go to chart of accounts now. So chart of accounts, and let's say bank account, right? Let's say uh, bank one. This is a new one. Let's say. Okay, so here's the opening balance. Let's say it's $500, right? 7-1, 7 close. Now you have opening balance for that account, and you decided to connect that to your bank account. Then when you do it, it also download all the transactions and also create opening balance. So you have a duplicate opening balance. So if that's the case, then you have to delete one, and you come down to chart of accounts, and then click the register, check register, and then you will see two opening balance in here. So you say opening balance, okay, and in here make sure the date is on top. The oldest date is on top here. So this, right now this one has only one, and the first transaction will have the opening balance. So you have to delete one in here. So in this case, we're going to connect the to bank accounts. Better to delete the one it did by manual opening balance. Then it will sync with your bank account. Okay, so that's the for the bank account, right? And let's see what else is in here. Okay, so the first one in the category type, all these are the categories you have. You can enter opening balances. So AR and AP, it works the same way. So for this one, you don't want to enter opening balance. There's nothing to enter in here, right? So if you want to enter opening balance for AR and AP, you go to the customer center, and then create customer, right? New customer. Let's say the customer one, right? And then you come here, and then you enter opening balance in here. So this is how you have to do it, okay? Opening balance. So this is opening balance $500. So now what happens if you have more than one invoices open, right? So that's most likely. So in that case, you will need to create uh, actual invoice, and so create actual invoice just like you created. So you have to do it again one more time in new QuickBooks here. So just create invoice, and you automatically create the opening balance for that date, right? So we'll just create open invoices, then you'll have AR balance in here. And same thing with vendors. Let's go to vendor in here, vendor one, and opening balance, we'll say $500, right? Okay, so now so we went through. So same thing with accounts payable too. If you have opening balance of $500, but that's for, like, let's say multiple invoices or multiple bills, then you'll have to re-enter in QuickBooks the same way that you did from your old system. Or if you have never entered it, then you have to come up with some way to enter it, re-enter it here in QuickBooks. Like for AR, it's invoice, right? For accounts payable, use bill. So bill for AP, invoice for AR. Okay, so we went through AR and AP, and we went through bank already, and the other ones are very similar. Let's deal with the credit card in here. So say this one also same, it works the same way, just like your bank accounts. So when you sync your credit card to your bank account, it will also download all the transactions, and it will also create opening balance. And this is also like for 90 days transactions. And if you need to import it, you got to import it the same way from here, from Banking Center. File upload, and you need, if you bank, they give you, these format, then you can import it. Okay, so let's see. And now, so these, all the other ones, I'm going to come back. Let's do the fixed assets first. Okay, so fixed assets, same thing. Let's say furnitures. Okay, so you have opening balance for furniture at original cost, and you also have accumulated depreciation. All you have to do is click that one, and then this will automatically create account one for furniture and the other one for cumulative depreciation account. So let's say this is 1,000, and you have cumulative depreciation of $100, right? Okay, then select the date and save and close. Okay, so but you created the uh, count, but let's go back to that account again, the one we just created in here. That was the fixers one, furniture one, I think. Furniture one. Okay, so let's say you want to see in here. Let's edit this. Now you can't enter, you know, anything in here, right? So if you want to re-enter opening balance, so this one in here, furniture one. So it's already got a balance in here. So for some reason, let's say you created this, furniture 2, fixed assets, furniture. Okay, and at that point, you don't have the original cost, anything, or you just missed it, then just save and close, right? Now later on, you realize, hey, you forgot to put the opening balance for fixed asset for this furniture 2. Now what to do, right? And when you just enter it, you won't even create the cumulative depreciation one. Now if you want to enter opening balance, see, as you can see, there's nothing there, right? So what you need to do now is you need to see how they create uh, the those entries. So if you click it here, the one we just did for 1,000, this one here, edit. So basically what they do is they just create journal entry, right? So it's like a furniture account, and the credit, everything goes to opening balance equity account. So if you missed it, then you have to create a journal entry like this one, right? So to do that, you just go to plus journal entry and furniture 2, right? And 200, let's say this is for 2,000. And then the credit is opening balance equity account. So this is the one. And just put the opening balance in here. So this is exactly how QuickBooks, will create when you enter the opening balance. And you have to do the same thing for the cumulative depreciation now. So you have to create a cumulative depreciation account and go from there. Okay, so let's look at the other one. So look at new. Okay, so AR done. Other current assets, it works the same way. Just enter opening balance. Let's just say we want to enter one Uh, let's see what else is in here. Let's say prepaid cost. Okay, let's say the opening balance is 125. Save and close. And on liability side, let's say it's the other current liabilities and other current liabilities. Let's say this is $200. Okay, so now let's look at the report. And one thing we haven't done here is the inventory. The inventory, it works a little bit differently. And for that, you need a plus plan. If you have plus plan, you have inventory feature. If you don't have plus plan, then you don't use inventory. They don't have inventory feature on essentials or simple start. So, okay, so I'm just going to run one report and then come back to handles inventory separately. Chart of accounts, I'm sorry, reports. So I just want to see how QuickBooks recorded all those opening balances, okay? So journal, I just want to run the journal report, right? And I'm going to change this to today's date. Okay, as you can see here, we created this bank account, manual entry, and so you add it to bank account, and then the credit side went to opening balance equity account, right? And in here, accounts receivable, when you use the created the invoice for that customer for opening balance, the credit side it went to the services income account, okay? And for the accounts payable, it just went to miscellaneous, right? And let's say this $500 is for let's say telephone bill, right? And if you don't want to show it as miscellaneous, so you want to reclassify to proper category. Let's say just click that one and just select telephone. Let's say, hope they have telephone account in here. Okay, so they don't have telephone. No telephone. Okay, I'm just going to create one telephone. Expense. So they don't have telephone in here. Okay, so this is a demo file. So I'm just going to create telephone and save and close. See everything the same. So this is to categorize to on the right account and save and close. So now it's in right place. The accounts payable by vendor is already there. Vendor one, customer one, by name, and as I said, if you have a bunch of invoices for this customer, then you will have to enter it separately. You have to create invoices by customer, instead of using that opening balance field they have for customer information and vendor information. Okay, uh, and also as you can see here, they created the revenue for this date, right? 7/21. So you have to be careful. You need to talk to your accountant to see you want to use the today's date or the day when it was originally created the enter the invoice, and same thing with bill. Okay, so if it's on cash basis accrual, it makes a big difference. Okay, so normally what most of people do is they change to this both to the enter date, or when the actual invoice was sent out, well, created in QuickBooks, or actually sent out if you don't have QuickBooks. Let's change that to original date. Okay, so as you can see here, for the rest they use a journal entry, and for some they use deposit, you know, and for some they use journal entry, right? Okay, so now, and if you need to do any edit or changes, all you have to do is just click it and then change it. This is the one. Let's say this is supposed to be, opening balance was wrong. Let's change that to 150. Save and close, right? So it's now 150, right? And let's say the opening balance date was wrong. Same thing. Let's change the date like this, right? Okay. So that's how you have to enter opening balance in your chart of accounts. So now I'm going to go back to inventory. If you are interested in learning how to do inventory, uh, just hang around. I'm going to show you how to do the inventory. That's a separate one. Okay. So for inventory, you don't enter anything from the chart of accounts. So you have to enter, create the products and services for each inventory item. So product and services, and you have to create new inventory, right? Let's say this is the gadget one. So you will need an inventory list, and you also need to find out how much you paid, not how much you're going to sell it for. You need both, but so inventory valuation is based on cost. Let's say tools, tool one. Oh, and then you can select the category if you want. So let's say you have 1,000 units on hand, and the inventory date, let's say it's July 21st, and this one you can't change it. You don't want to change it. They'll let you change it in here if you want, if you have another account, but it's better just to leave it in here. The other accounts don't work. So this is your default account, and don't try to create you don't try to be smart and create another inventory, rename, whatever. They just use one inventory asset account, and that's it. Trust me on that one. So tool one. Okay, so this is sales information. This is the one information. It goes to your invoice and sales. You see that description. Same thing with estimate. And let's say the sales price is $200, right? Okay, and purchase information. So that's the one. It goes to purchase order. If you use a purchase order, and $100, let's say it's your cost. So the valuation wise, it would be 100 times 1,000, right? Okay, so this one you can select any account you want, and normally for inventory, it's just leave the way it is as cost of goods sold, unless you want to have a subcategory by different inventory items, cost of goods sold for this, cost of goods sold for that, then that's fine. Same thing with income, the sales of product income. You can change it, whatever you want. It's not on the list right now. But this is the only one you don't want to change it. This is like let's think of this as default account. Save and close. Okay, so now I'm going to run the reports again. This is a journal report. Remember, journal report, and I'm going to change to today. See, it's here $100,000 they added uh, to QuickBooks General Ledger, right? So now if you want to look at the inventory valuation summary report, valuation summary, so 2-1, so 100 quantity 1,000, and the asset value is 100,000, and average cost is $100. So this is how you have to do. If you have a bunch of inventories, you have to do manually one at a time to do this, or you can import from Excel file and to do it from Excel. Let's go to product and services list, and underneath there's import in here. It's kind of hidden, and this is the Excel file, and you can download the sample file and see the format. It's really helpful to you. Okay, so that's about it on the setting up opening balances for chart of accounts. Uh, so most of the people, they use the connect account, and so for that you don't want to use the opening balance. They'll automatically create opening balance when they sync connect account to your bank. So that's one thing. And in case you already did it and they already downloaded and you know how to do it, so you got to delete one. To delete one, you just go to register, you register right here too. So register, right? So bank one, and then you just find the opening balances. You will see it twice, you know, twice in here. Opening balance, it will say exactly like this: opening balance memo, pay opening balance, and it will like a uh, deposit type. So just find it and delete one. And it's better to delete the one you manually created and leave the one that bank created. Okay, so that's about it on that one. So thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to visit our website newkvo.com, and thank you. Bye.